Hey there, welcome to a video discussing linear functions. So for this problem number one, they're asking for the slope of the line, where slope is a change in y over a change in x. We use a triangle to represent change. That's actually a Greek alphabet called delta. So delta y over delta x. Or if you think about it, you're subtracting two y coordinates and subtracting two x coordinates. So you have to identify 2 points on the graph. Usually a y-intercept where we're crossing y-axis is a good place to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 0, 7. Always put the x-coordinate first, the y-coordinate second. And I'll pick another point, probably right here. Looks like that's at 1, 4. So if you subtract the y-coordinates, that's super easy. 7 minus 4. Subtract the y-coordinate, 0 minus 1. You get 3 over negative 1, which becomes negative 3. So what I did was I took the y-coordinate on the left point minus the y-coordinate on the right point, so 7, 4, and then took the x-coordinate to the same thing. So I make sure I stay consistent with the order. 7 minus 4 over 0 minus 1. Or you could also think about it visually. Go down 3, right 1. So you're going down 3, right 1. So sometimes it calls rise over run. I mean, obviously I was lowering myself, not rising. But vertical change, divide by horizontal change. So slope, all it really ever is a ratio of change or a rate of change. That's all we're doing. When you think of rate, you think of ratios, right? Like, for example, what if your hourly rate is $20 per hour? So you make $20 for each hour. So that's actually a slope if you think about it, because every time we go up by an hour, the money goes up by $20. Okay, let's look at another one here. Say look at number 7. Slope-intercept. Slope-intercept forms y equals mx plus b. So that's going to be the y-intercept. And the reason why that makes sense is that if you subtract b from both sides and divide by x, you wind up getting this. And it's really not that much different than y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Because if you think about it, let's say your y-intercept is x1 comma y1. Well, wouldn't the x-coordinate there be 0? And if you have a random point, which we'll call x comma y, wouldn't it be just subtracting the y-intercept, which again is represented by b, so I'll use b to represent the y-intercept. So aren't I just doing y minus b over x minus 0? Right? So it does make sense why this equation works. It's all derived from the slope formula. So sometimes some people think it's just some magical formula we just have to accept. No, it comes from the fact that we're looking at the change of y over the change in x. We're looking to see how far we rise and how far we run. So actually, that's a great way to look at this. This is crossing at negative 4. You're rising 4. And I think we're running 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have y equals mx plus b. B is your y-intercept, which is negative 4. You're going up 4 over 8, which is 1/2, by the way, because 4 over 8 reduces to 1/2. So we're going to go with b as in boy. All right, let's keep moving. Here's a word problem. So they say you start with $800, and then you get a 9% commission. So 9% is 9 over 100, and you're multiplying it to your sales. So we want to rise 9 and run 100, or do 0.09 times s. And we start with $800, and that's what y will equal. That will be all of our money. So you got to start at 800, which all of them do. But you want 0.09, so it's going to be C or D. And you want one that shows that correctly. So for example, if I plug in 1,000, that's going to be, I think 90 or close to 900. See, that's no good because that's too low. That's like less than 850. But I plug in 1,000, get close to 100, so the answer would be C as in cat. Let's talk about point slope form, or slope point, whatever they're called, but I usually call it point slope. Point slope formula looks like this. And again, if you think about it, if I isolate M, that just represents the slope formula. Oh, sorry. The slope formula. That's all. But I do need the slope first. So I got to subtract the y's. And what order you go in, that doesn't matter, but you just have to be consistent. So I could do -1 minus -6 and -3 minus 2. You should get 5 up top and -5 down below, so slope is -1. And then you can use either the first point or second point for your x1, y1. So if I use the first point, it looks like that's what you do in the choices. That's y minus -1 equals -1 times x minus -3. So it comes x plus 3, y plus 1, and you get b as in boy again. I think that was C, the previous problem. But it was, early problem we had B as in boy. That would think it was number 7. Yeah, it was number 7. So for number 12, you got that. Another word problem. So if you think about it, this is a rate. That's a ratio. So if you think about it, 5 liters for every 1 minute. So if I go up by a minute, I increase by 5 liters. So that's actually a slope, believe it or not. And we're letting y be volume and x be time. So you can do y equals 5x at least, or 5t. And you're starting, well, we don't know what we're starting with. That's kind of confusing. But we do know at 12 minutes, we're supposed to have 89 liters. So you can plug in 89 for y and 12 for t and solve for b. And you should get 29. And that's what the answer is, D as in dog. I think that should be sufficient for understanding what's happening here. I don't want this video to be too long. But again, you want to find y-intercepts, find the slope. Actually, we could probably do 17. That could be our last one for today. So it's pretty clear the y-intercept is down here somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So -8 is my y-intercept. The slope is right, if I count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So down 8, right 3. So y equals -8/3 x minus 8. But none of the equations are written this way. So what you want to do is make it look like one of the choices. So move everything to one side. And if I multiply both sides by 3, I should get 8x plus 3y plus 24 equals 0. And the answer C is a cat. And there you go. Okay, I think that should be enough for today. So hopefully this helps, and definitely complete the rest of this packet.